So, why are qualified annuities often recommended for retirement planning? Hi there, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. In Puerto Rico, will do, not might do. You own annuities for what they will do, not what they might do. I am the pioneer of CGO, which is contractual guarantees only. We do not look at anything but the contractual guarantees only. But we're going to talk about why qualified annuities are recommended so often in the planning world. You're going to be surprised by the answer after this. So when we use the word qualified, qualified means IRA. That means tax deferred. Qualified means 401k turning into an IRA, 403b turning into an IRA, 457 turn into an IRA, simple or SEP IRAs turning into an IRA, a personal IRA. So you say, then why are these being recommended so much? I heard from a guy that you should never put an annuity inside of an IRA. First of all, anybody who says that is dumb as a box of hair. That's how dumb they are. They're dumb as a box of hair. They should not talk in public. They should just do sign language of some sort or write things down on a pad of paper. Because qualified longevity annuity contracts, Q, qualified, were put on the planet in 2014 by the IRS, okay, and the Treasury Department for use in an IRA for lifetime income and to lower your taxes on your RMDs. So one of the reasons that so many qualified annuities are recommended is everyone's assets are in IRAs. The government is trying to figure out how to tax those IRAs because that's where the money's at. I've got theories on that, but I won't talk about those today because you'll be like, that's scaring me, Stan. That's really scaring me, what you're saying. But using annuities inside of IRAs, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And if you disagree with me, screw you. You have no idea what you're talking about. Because annuities, I say screw you respectfully, annuities are contractual guarantees. Contractual guarantees work inside of IRAs, work inside of Roth IRAs, work outside of IRAs, non-qualified, non-IRA. Inside of IRAs, it doesn't matter. You're getting the contractual guarantee. Well, why would I buy a MIGA inside of an IRA? It's just, I'm not getting the tax deferral, but you're getting the guarantee. Well, why would I buy an immediate annuity inside my IRA? Well, why would I do that? Because I'm not getting the exclusion ratio. Because it's guaranteed. The guarantee, the number, remember, stand for the number. That's my new slogan. It's all about the number. The number doesn't change outside of an IRA or inside of an IRA. What changes is the taxation of the money. So it's inside of an IRA, money coming out of the IRA is taxed at ordinary income levels. But it doesn't change the guarantee. The reason that you're seeing a lot of people using qualified IRA type assets for annuity guarantees is because that's where their money is. Only entrepreneurs can say, well, I was an entrepreneur and when I was running and gunning, I didn't have time or the money to put in IRAs, so I don't really have a bunch of IRAs. But the majority of you have a ton in IRAs. And if you're wanting to set up lifetime income, principal protection, etc., you're going to have to use IRA assets. And nothing's wrong with that. And anyone who says that you shouldn't do that are stupid. The older I get, I'm just calling it out. I'm tired of people that seem qualified and seem like they know about finances and seem like they know about investments. And then when they start talking about the annuity category, they become idiots. Like idiot can't tie their shoe, idiot. Well, you should never put an annuity inside of an IRA. Shut up. Okay? Just shut up. Because you don't know what you're talking about. If you're sitting with Marge and Henry, and Marge and Henry's 90% of their money's in IRA, and they need lifetime income to happen, are you literally going to sit there and say, you shouldn't put an annuity inside an IRA, unless you have an agenda? You can't say that truthfully, and you shouldn't listen to anybody that says that. If you want guarantees, you can use any type of account. IRA, non-IRA, Roth IRA. Guarantees are guarantees. The number's the number. Think about non-IRA, Roth IRA, traditional IRA. Think of those as houses. Inside the houses, furniture. What's the furniture in this case? The investments or whatever you're putting your money in, or the transfer of risk strategies with annuities. They can be in any of those. But that's the reason you're seeing a lot of qualified assets being used with annuities, because there's 15,000 people turning 65 every day, and they don't want the next NVIDIA. They don't want, most of them, they don't want to play the market. They don't want to swing up and down with ups and down, with the up and down of the market. They want guarantees, or they want guarantees for a vast portion of what they have, especially their income floor, so they can go live their life and not worry about it. And oh, by the way, if you put in that income floor, you'll be a better investor with non-annuity assets because you have the income floor and you don't have to disrupt the investments to get money out. Can I get an annuity amen? Using IRA assets for annuity transfer of risk guarantees is fine. It works. It's contractual. It makes sense, and it makes so much sense that the Treasury Department and the IRS developed a QLAC in 2014 you can only use it in a traditional IRA. When you watch my videos, when you read my owner's manuals, when you run quotes on my site, we do things differently. We only look at the contractual guarantees. We only care about the number. It's not about hypotheticals and theoreticals. There is no whiz-bang. We are selling the contractual guarantees, not the dream. Do we lose sales to the dream pitchers out there? Sure we do. But you know what? Every single one of them know that I told them the truth and they should have come my way. So don't make that mistake. Buy annuities for what they will do, not what they might do, and use any asset class you want, any asset structure you want. Non-IRA, Roth IRA, traditional IRA. Works in every single one of those, okay? So go to my site, run the quotes, download the books. Do me one last favor. Above my head, spinning clock shows a video that I did on lifetime income and how artificial intelligence will change the game. Not might change the game, not should change the game, not can change the game, will change the game. I'm the only one out here talking about it. I'm right. I just don't know when. I wish I knew when. I'd tell you. Then I'd go trade futures and retire. But the point is, it's going to happen. AI will affect this industry. And remember, I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I'm contractual. I'm a contractual guarantees only person. But when I look at lifetime income, I see the train a-coming. It's coming around the bend, as Johnny Cash would say. That's actually a good song, Big C. I should sing that. Next time I will. See you next time.